That was pretty good. You got 16 sin points. So that's about 16 feet underground. You're gonna have to keep
What is
going.
this, the good place? Come on, just tell me that I can beat King of Hell already.
I'm not. No, you gotta earn that. Okay, first
Why
of
am I
all,
moving backwards when I walk?
I'm the King of Hell.
2022 has been an interesting year for the Blue Rodent. We got a solid movie sequel, a banger Netflix cartoon, a fantastic Fandub, and the newest game in 5 years, Sonic Frontiers. Does it live up to the hype? It's complicated. Sonic Frontiers is an action platformer, but this time, it's open world. Sonic and his pals pick up suspicious Bitcoin readings from Starfall Islands. Upon arrival, the crew is trapped within the blockchain. Sonic escapes and battles an army of cryptobots. But worst of all, a sentient NFT girl permabans Sonic's Venmo account. Can he rescue his friends in time? About a year ago, I was speculating if Sonic Frontiers would be any good. Turns out, it's pretty damn good. The open world is fun, the boss fights are incredible, and the story is great. There's genuine camaraderie between Sonic, his friends, and his foes. This game is the polar opposite of Sonic Forces. I could sing Frontiers' praises all day, but this game has some serious shortcomings. The level design is a mixed bag, the jump momentum is out of whack, and that short draw distance is something else, man. Frontiers is a decent foundation for future games, but this cracked framework is in desperate need for repairs. Let's try something a little more constructive. I'm going to analyze 3 key areas that can be expanded upon in a sequel, or at the very least, be addressed by future DLC. We're going to tackle the gameplay, the physics, and the level design. I won't cover the story, but I will show content past the tutorial island, so spoilers ahead. But first, a word from today's sponsor. The internet can often be a dangerous place. Hackers, mustache-twirling supervillains, and evil computer programs will stop at nothing to steal your data. Even hedgehogs need protection in cyberspace. That's why you need Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a state-of-the-art program that protects your device from danger. Many third-party companies can trace your precious browsing history and sell that for big money. Atlas VPN encrypts your internet connection so goons like Eggman can't sell your data. The program disguises your true presence as a phony IP address in another country. You're practically invisible. Atlas VPN is super easy to set up. Download the program to your favorite device. Select a region to disguise your location and hit the on switch. Say no more to spyware. Let's say you're not satisfied with the recent offerings on Disney Minus. What if you want something that's not complete garbage, like from Canada? With Atlas VPN, you can fool Disney Plus into thinking you live in hockey paradise. You have instant access to Star, FX, and other obscure foreign content that's 9 times out of 10 gonna be better than anything on Disney Plus recently. But wait, there's more. Atlas VPN protects all your devices with a single subscription. That's right, you can install this program on as many devices as possible. You know all those advanced military defense systems on Starfall Islands? They're all powered by one subscription to Atlas VPN Premium. Not even Supersonic can penetrate their defenses. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with Atlas VPN Premium. You can have it for just $1.70 per month, plus 6 months for free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Click the link in the video description below and grab this Christmas deal right now. Special thanks to Atlas VPN for sponsoring today's video. Let's spin dash into new frontiers. The most fundamental aspect for any game is good controls. In prior Boost games, Sonic was responsive. Those games were built with linear hallways in mind. Would Sonic be too stiff when roaming the open world? Sonic Team proved me wrong, for the most part. Sonic plays like a dream. He's fast, fluid, and responsive. It's gratifying running through the vast landscapes and grinding on rails. However, boosting straight into bad guys is no longer a viable strategy. This is so you can't one-hit everything you see. That makes total sense when it comes to open zone combat, but in cyberspace, it's a pace breaker. Cyberspace levels are traditional Sonic stages that can be accessed via the overworld. It's basically the boost levels from Unleashed and Generations. Trying to reposition yourself mid-air is more cumbersome than it is fighting the enemies. Unless you hit a dash pad, Sonic's top speed is pretty much handicapped. Homing attack chains have this long delay between attacks. How can Sonic play so well in the open world, yet he feels gimped in his old linear format? On the islands, you can manually adjust Sonic's speed handling in the options menu, but in cyberspace, it overrides your settings. I get it was easier developing levels for one set of values in mind, yet I have a bigger pet peeve. The momentum from jumping is a little weird. When you press the jump button right after a boost, you lose most of your forward momentum. Also, Sonic can stub his toe over a tiny rock and launch himself into space. The physics system is out of whack in spots. And before you ask, I did install the Momentum Tweaks mod. It factors in that forward momentum, and wow, it feels so good launching over vast chasms. And it feels way better to play than in the base game. Unfortunately, it flat out breaks the level design. The floaty physics turn the cyberspace levels into an absolute cakewalk. I completed Frontiers in its vanilla state before installing mods. I did try out a few mods while recording footage for this video, so... Anyway, my first piece of advice. Improve the controls and janky physics. Fix the mid-air momentum thing, but don't make it so sensitive you can skip through most stages. The second aspect Sonic Team needs to tackle is the core design of their open world. The open zone follows a simple structure. Find shiny objects, battle a legion of near automata robots, and solve the occasional environmental challenge. You acquire experience points, upgrade your combat skills, and open up more sections of the map. This simple gameplay loop satisfies my lizard brain. However, it's bogged down by several major annoyances. For one, the 2D segments are intrusive. When you're cruising around at hyperspeed and you run into a mandatory 2D segment by accident, it's jarring. You're locked into the 2D plane until you beat that challenge. For a game that prides itself on freeform exploration, it loves taking away player control at the least convenient times. Now, 2D segments are not inherently bad. In Generations, they were great at spicing up the gameplay. But in Frontiers, their presence is cranked up to 11. Why is that? When you have 5 big maps to fill, and not much development time left, 2D segments were the most cost-effective solution. For the future, Sonic Team needs to tone down the quantity and polish up the quality of the 2D segments. Focus on sequences that take full advantage of Sonic's open zone moveset. Frontiers already does this with shifting camera angles and climbable walls, but more variety in the environments and the set dressing is desperately needed. This segues into my biggest pet peeve with the gameplay, the cyberspace levels. One of the most under-discussed aspects of any platformer is the level design. Think back to some of Sonic's most memorable stages. City Escape, Speed Highway, Rooftop Run. What did they all have in common? They were fun, tightly designed, and highly replayable. On top of that, getting an S rank was an arduous yet rewarding experience. Sonic Forces, the predecessor to Frontiers, has some of the most embarrassing level design in history. The stages were half finished, uninspired, and too damn easy. Outside of S ranks, there was no reason to replay those stages. Granted, they weren't the confusing nightmare that was Shadow the Hedgehog, but still, they're pretty bad. Thankfully, Frontiers atones for the sins of its predecessor. The open zone level design was decent for sure, but I'm more interested in the classic linear style. The cyberspace stages are leaner, more focused, and require you to act on your toes. There is a good mixture of 2D and 3D segments. Plus, each stage has 4 objectives, encouraging some more replay value than normal. But something was off. Wait, it's the exact same layout! Sonic Team copied their own homework. Sonic Frontiers has 30 cyberspace stages in total. 7 levels are completely original, while the rest are remakes of areas found in Sonic Adventure 2, Unleashed, and Generations. Oh, and there are only 4 environments in cyberspace: Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, and a city highway. That's 75% recycled content. Frontiers did a decent job adapting previous layouts on modern hardware. When you get used to the awkward jump physics, these remakes are just as fun as the source material. The City Escape and Middle Harbor remakes were a cool throwback. Plus, there is a story explanation for these reused stages. They're fragments of Sonic's memories, which the island Wi-Fi server reconstructed into playable zones. Sonic could have better protected his memories with Atlas VPN, using my code of course. Just saying. So, how do the 7 brand new stages play? There is a noticeable drop off in quality. They're less challenging and rely more heavily on springs and dash pads. I mean, to be fair, the other remake stages relied on automation, but it wasn't as extreme as these brand new stages. Level 4-9 had a neat skateboarding mechanic, but it's clear this crop of stages was a low priority in development. Another issue is the red ring placement. They're placed on the main path in the most obvious spots possible. In the older Boost games, red rings encouraged you to explore the level, but starting in Sonic Farces, red rings were left out in the open. On most levels, you can clear out all 4 main objectives in a single run. It's a complete joke. Here's my final tip for Sonic Team. Fine-tune the level design. Create more original stages. Make the red rings harder to collect. Please, focus on new level themes. Can we just not get another acid flip from Generations? Or at the very least, recycle different level themes for once. Not gonna lie, seeing Planet Wisp or Dragon Road aesthetics in cyberspace would be sick. Maybe the modders could fix that. In conclusion, Sonic Frontiers is an enjoyable game despite all its shortcomings. That's kinda weird seeing I spent most of the video trashing the gameplay, but I had a fun time at Frontiers. There was more effort and heart put into this than Sonic Forces. The story was enjoyable, the music slapped, and those tie-in fights, wow, those fights were freaking epic. I'm certain they spent half their budget on those battles. However, there is room for improvement on the technical front. Tighten up the controls, refine the physics system, and focus on good level design. Make the open world challenges less reliant on rigid 2D segments. Design challenges that take full advantage of Sonic's expansive moveset. Lastly, make original and challenging cyberspace stages. Assuming that Sonic doesn't pull the usual 180-degree pivot, Sonic Frontiers is a promising start to the open zone formula. Thanks for watching, and have a great new year. Remember, no hedgehogs were harmed in the making of this video.